Welcome. Today, we are going to break down an absolute powerhouse of a phrase, one that can make you sound instantly more strategic and totally in control at work. And that phrase is, we need to calibrate. You know that feeling, right? You're sitting in a meeting, you're all supposedly on the same team, but something just feels off. Your designer's laser-focused on the aesthetics, the engineer's all about pure functionality, and meanwhile, marketing seems to be targeting a completely different group of people. It's a super common and, let's be honest, an incredibly frustrating spot to be in.
Yep, this is the classic case of not being on the same page. Everybody on the team has their own little idea of what success actually looks like for the project. And when all those expectations are out of sync, it just leads to wasted time, people doing the same work twice, and a final product that, well, doesn't really deliver for anyone.
I love this analogy. It just illustrates the problem so perfectly. Imagine a whole orchestra, but every single instrument is just a little bit out of tune. It doesn't matter how talented each individual musician is, right? The end result is just noise, not music. It's a total cacophony. And that is exactly what happens to a team without real alignment. All that brilliant individual effort just adds to the chaos instead of creating something harmonious. So what's the conductor's magic word to get everyone playing in perfect harmony? Well, in the business world, it's this simple, really elegant phrase, we need to calibrate. It is the perfect signal that it's time for the team to pause, regroup, and get in sync. So what does it actually mean? Well, in a business context, to calibrate is all about adjusting everyone's perspective to a single shared understanding. It's about aligning all those different expectations and interpretations to one common standard. You know, in short, it's about getting everyone on that same page we were talking about. Okay, theory is great and all, but let's see how this actually sounds in a real-world conversation. It's a lot more collaborative than you might think. Let's just imagine two colleagues, Sarah and Mike, and they're talking about a new project.
Okay, so Sarah opens the conversation here. And notice what she's doing. She isn't blaming anyone. She's just simply observing that there might be a misalignment in what they're assuming about the customer. It's a great, non-confrontational start.
And there it is. Mike agrees. And then he uses our key phrase. Just notice how professional that sounds. He doesn't get defensive at all. Instead, he acknowledges the problem and he proposes a really constructive solution. And here's the real insight. That word, calibrate, it depersonalizes the problem. It's not about you're wrong or I'm right. It's about this external thing, this process that needs a little adjusting. It just transforms a potential conflict into a collaborative, problem-solving moment. It's brilliant. Now, to really master this phrase, you've got to understand its nuance. It's more than just a piece of jargon. It carries this specific weight and implication that can make your communication so much more effective. What's really interesting here is where the word even comes from. See, calibrate is originally a technical term. It's for finely adjusting a machine or an instrument to make sure it's accurate. In the business world, we're basically borrowing it as a powerful metaphor. We're not saying that people are broken and need to be fixed. We're suggesting that our collective instrument, the team, it just needs a little fine-tuning so it can perform at its absolute peak. We're tuning the process, not criticizing the players. So how do you use it precisely? Well, first, always remember it implies a discussion, not a command. It's an invitation to collaborate. Second, you can get way more specific by adding the word on. For example, you could say, we need to calibrate on the Q3 marketing goals, or we need to calibrate our understanding of the client's feedback. This really helps focus the conversation on the task at hand, and it makes your suggestions so much clearer and more actionable. All right, now it is your turn to put all of this into practice. I'm going to give you a quick little scenario, and you can think about how you'd use what we've just learned to solve the problem like a pro. So imagine your team is all over the place with their interpretations of a project's main goal. To get everyone aligned, what do you say? The answer, of course, is B. You say, we need to calibrate. By using this one word, you're not just suggesting another meeting. You are framing the problem in a way that's subjective, collaborative, and totally forward-looking. You can turn a potentially chaotic situation into a moment of true clarity and shared purpose. And that is the power of using precise language.